Speculating on Khabib's next opponent is almost as interesting as analyzing how a title fight might actually go down. For example, Khabib's next opponent could be this guy that Khabib called out in the cage. Or this guy, who might be a free agent very soon. Yes, these two names seem like remote possibilities. And I seem to be grasping at straws. But let me remind everyone that I was the only person in the world who predicted Conor's next fight. Let me bring you back to this video a month before Conor's latest fight occurred. As you can see, I predicted this matchup perfectly. Predictions aside, in my last video I wondered if Eddie Alvarez might be the one to dethrone Khabib. Khabib's last fight appears to suggest that if you can resist reaching for his jab, you can take away his favorite takedown setup. You can then attempt to win the stand-up portion of the fight. Not getting baited might help your takedown defense. But that will only take you so far. Offensively, a fighter that uses a lot of feinting could exploit some tendencies shown in Khabib's last fight. The reason I say this is because the Raging Al fight suggested Khabib is prone to feinting. On a low level, using feints can be a good way to back Khabib up, to keep yourself in the center. Raging Al used strategic feinting to control the center of the cage, which muted Khabib's takedown aggressiveness. However, Raging Al was also baiting Khabib in other ways. For example, Khabib himself fell for the jab feint. Making Khabib react to his jab so that he could get to his legs, Raging Al almost accomplished the unthinkable. More complicated now. Raging Al would attack one way first, and feint the same attack a second time to bait Khabib. Here you can see Raging Al going for a right overhand which Khabib blocks. The second time, Raging Al steps in with the same overhand. However, this time it's a false attack. As Khabib is reacting to the overhand, Raging Al throws a left down the center and connects. Though taking down Khabib seemed unlikely, Raging Al kept reaching for them anyway. His goal though, was to get a reaction from Khabib. Here, Raging Al makes Khabib drop his hand during a level change. No takedown, but Raging Al immediately tries a second level change, which Khabib reaches for again. Instead of following through with the takedown, Raging Al throws an uppercut instead, trying to catch Khabib dropping his level to match the feinted takedown. Eddie Alvarez is just the kind of sophisticated striker to exploit these tendencies. Do check out the last segment of this video, where I study how Eddie was adapting to Conor during their fight. Eddie doesn't just feint level changes like a typical wrestle boxer, but also constantly feints and changes his strikes depending on how you react. Eddie's fight against Justin Gaethje was a good illustration as to how fast Eddie can study you. Within the first few exchanges, Eddie realized Justin was not going to retreat, but guard high, and bend to brace. Immediately Eddie started switching his attack to uppercuts, to get through the guard and try catch Justin as he level changed. Feinting a strike, or just throwing a weak decoy, to make Justin guard up became a main strategy from there on. Eddie would switch between bare body feints and strikes, to confuse Justin who kept covering up. Once Justin got wise to the uppercut, and started blocking more effectively, Eddie switched to body shots instead. A variation of the previous strategy, Eddie would fake going to the head, and then step in for the shot he really wanted, the body shot. Eddie is a patient striker and will work the body, a tactic Raging Al started using successfully at the end of the Khabib fight. Baiting Khabib into covering up, and attacking his body over several rounds, seems better than headhunting for the knockout. This is something no one has tried yet. All that being said, Justin didn't try to take Eddie down at all, and gave him free rein to punch. Against someone like Michael Chandler, who was willing to bull rush Eddie, and eat strikes till he got a clinch, Eddie had no room to implement his feinting. If Khabib has to resort to bull rushing though, Eddie still has good lateral movement, and can look for counters. Alrighty, that's it for today. I personally don't want to see another fighter trying to match Khabib's strength for strength, and would prefer to see how Khabib deals with an evasive pot shotter. That's just me though. Do let me know if you think Eddie stands a chance. And if not, who you would like to see Khabib face next. Till next time.